So
Crazy.
good. This is definitely one of those songs that I feel like I've heard before when I like
Yeah.
kind of went through and like listened to the most popular stuff, but it's not one that I've like returned to a lot. So it's definitely
Yeah.
cool listening to it again. It's funny because like I always like having people who are like a bit older than me and have some of the taste from when I was a bit younger and before I was like
Oh,
more,
yeah.
cuz I really feel like I didn't have a very eclectic music taste until I was a couple years into college. And so there's like a lot of stuff that I was kind of around for and had heard of, but I never really listened to or got into. And so I always really like when people like bring up some of that stuff so I get to hear it again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love doing that kind of stuff, dude. And I just love a band that has lyrics that like mean something. That is like my
Yes.
favorite thing in the world, dude. It really is. And it's so funny because the dude from La Dispute, he doesn't have any singing voice. He doesn't have any like actual vocal talent. But like as far as like a lyricist goes,
Well, and there may not be singing talent, but it's one of those
yeah,
things where
but
the delivery is
it's
fantastic.
perfect.
It's
It's
all
perfect.
it's all out like that. That's one of the things that I kind of like about a lot of emo music is that a lot of the singers don't necessarily have great vocal talent, but they have amazing tone and like just the emotional delivery is there. And I feel like
Exactly.
there are a lot of singers that are technically a lot better, but they don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
that emotion and they don't make you feel something in that same way.
Exactly.
And so that's
I
one of
am
the things that I
huge
like
on
about
that.
that type of music, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so huge on that where I want to feel the vocalist like being passionate about something. Like I love that feeling of passion.
And I noticed that on your record too, is that there's a lot of that kind of stuff that sounds almost out of control with the delivery of it because
Yes.
there's so much like
Yes.
passion to it. And that was
I call
again
those my lemongrad moments.
and that was again going back to Another Wednesday off of the album is that was the first time that I think I had ever really heard you like sing as much.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that's neat. It's very, very different from a lot of the other stuff on the album. So I think that to tie it back to your project, I think that was a really cool way to do that.
Heck yeah. I love that. Thanks, Rye.
So my next song, I feel like there's not a lot of people. I mean, outside of Fremont Pike, shout out. I feel like there's not a ton of people in our scene from like kind of the Detroit area, and so I feel like I have to be a good steward of the Detroit bands.
I love that.
And so this next one is a band that I found when they played a small show here at the Sanctuary, opening up for Avoid. Are you familiar with Avoid at all?
No,
Okay, you are in for such a treat after this. Highly recommend checking out their album. I think it's called Cult Mentality, and specifically the song Blast Off. They are like party metal, basically.
I love that.
It's
I
it's
love
really
that.
fun modern metalcore music that
Dude,
it sounds like a
dude,
party.
it's so funny. I still love that kind of music, even though I played it for a decade. I still love finding new bands that do it right.
Yeah, they actually got featured on an episode last year, and that was how I found out about them. And then they played a little Midwest weekender while the tour that they were on, opening for Wage War, was on break. They played a weekender in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan. They played 3 shows.
Oh my gosh, that's so sick.
Yeah,
Did you see them live every time?
I only saw them when they came through Detroit, but I saw this band, which is called Our Vices. They were one of the 2 bands that opened for them that night, and they are from the Detroit metro area and absolutely killer, like modern metalcore type stuff. So this song is called Fixed off of their EP, The Fog.